Hey, everybody out there in TV land, welcome to my show, syllaBLISS or syllaBUST. I, of course, am your host, the fake professor. And on my show, syllaBLISS or syllaBUST, I comb through college syllabi from across the nation. Because after teaching college for almost 2 decades, 5-time teacher of the year, I realized I developed only one skill. And that is the ability to look at a college syllabus, read between the lines, and tell you, my loyal, trusty viewers/subscribers, if students in that class can expect a blissful experience or if they are. Anyway, this is all in good fun. This is not meant to be mean-spirited. These are just stylistic differences. Most importantly, and that's the royal we, only cover syllabi already in the public domain. And let me just say that teaching college is a very challenging gig, especially in 2025. Now, I am very excited to be doing one of the United States' most prestigious research institutions, considered a new Ivy. Everybody knows, out of Pittsburgh, Carnegie Mellon University. And my foray into music syllabi will continue here. So we're going to take a look at a music syllabus from the great Carnegie Mellon University. All right, let's get into it. Okay, folks, check it out. Carnegie Mellon University School of Music. Now, first thing I notice is only 6 pages. Now, that is normally in the sweet spot, starting to be now, from all the syllabi we've looked at, the low end of the sweet spot, right? And I'm also noticing, unlike some of the other syllabi, this is very aesthetically bare bones. There's no, nice Carnegie Mellon, insignia or, coat of arms or anything like that. And this is about the most basic font one could think of. Sometimes that means that your instructor is focused on the important things. Sometimes it means they're not. Let's keep going here. Before reading the syllabus, make sure to check for a program overview and other important details. Okay, very nice. Let's take a look at the course description. Now, generally, I like the fact that it's very short. But chamber music, that seems like something I'm not totally sure. I mean, obviously, I know what chamber music is. Well, let's see. Expose students to the art of chamber music through weekly coachings that focus on enhancing collaboration, mastering the interpretation, and refining their listening skill. Now, also notice they kind of centered the text, so all of the spacing is off. I hate that. I don't know who likes that. Maybe somebody else did that. This is definitely a training class. So this makes sense. This is a doing class. It makes sense why it's pretty bare bones. Probably the syllabus is going to matter a lot less outside of just the day-to-day doing. Okay. Course objectives. Now, again, just like aesthetically, this is just not nice. You would just expect your instructor or somebody to put a little bit more effort into making the syllabus kind of look pleasant. A little bit, just a little bit. Collaborative skills. Develop essential ensemble skills. Cool. Musical flexibility. Learn how to take ownership of your part. Love it. Deepen musical understanding. Explore complex repertoire. Personal growth. Create a strong sense of community among fellow musicians. Performance opportunities. Perform at least once per semester. Very nice. Seems pretty straightforward. All right. Assessments and grading. Let's get into it. Actually, let's take a look at this. Course requirements. Each group must receive a total of 600 minutes of coaching. All right. So that's what this class is, right? This is just a professional coaching training. Each group should rehearse for at least 2 hours each week. That's not a ton. It's not a little. It's not a ton. Each group is required to perform at least once during the semester. Okay. You may choose to perform one or multiple movements from the work you have been studying, or if time permits, the entire piece. Okay, cool. Here we go. Assessment and grading. This is going to be challenging. As we've seen, right, in the fine arts, in the arts, grading is inherently subjective. How professors try to tackle this is always very interesting. Please be aware that you will be continuously assessed throughout the course. Your final grade will be based on several factors, including attendance, that makes sense for coaching, reliability, kind of the same thing, probably, preparation, that makes sense, artistic quality interpretation, while that is very difficult to define, it makes sense, musical progress, and performance. Those all seem straightforward, and that makes a lot of sense. While each coach may have a unique grading approach, the following rubric is provided as a template. Okay, very nice. So you can see attendance, reliability, preparation, 60%. You got to like that. So doing the work is more than half of the grade. And then the stuff that is more subjective is the other 40%. So obviously, that is where the sticking points are. And I can only imagine how instructor is going to have to deal with that. That's a whole other world of instructing that as a science instructor, I'm completely unfamiliar with how you navigate that. Grades are shaped by both individual and group performance. So it is possible for ensemble members to receive different grades based on their contributions. That makes sense. You have a group and one person, really kind of puts in the hard work and does a good job, and another person doesn't, they can't get the same grade. All right, group responsibilities. Many of the goals of your ensemble are self-driven, so it's essential to take initiative. I like it. Take initiative and be proactive. I like it, to ensure a smooth semester. With 10 hours of coaching to complete over 14 weeks, starting early is highly recommended. Most groups finalize sign before the beginning of the semester, blah, blah. All right. Steps to help keep you on track. Like to see this. Again, it is really, really not attractive syllabus in any way. But so far, all the information seems to be valuable and straightforward. Once you receive your group assignment, make sure to meet with your fellow members as soon as possible. Very nice. Just a little bit of spacing here would make things seem less chaotic and overwhelming to students, I promise. Meeting should happen the first day of class. Align your goals as a group. Discuss recitals, performances, master classes, and or festivals you'd like to do. Appoint a group representative. This person will be responsible for booking rehearsal coaching space and act as a liaison. Exchange schedules. You should aim to have at least 5 possible 1-hour slots to exchange between rehearsals and coaching. It seems very professional, I'm not going to lie. Get in touch with your coach, ideally before the beginning of the semester, and most certainly before the end of the week, to set up the first coaching. If the ensemble does not receive coaching for 2 consecutive weeks, the group representative must email the appropriate coordinator to relay these circumstances. Very nice. If something isn't happening the way it's supposed to, the group liaison is responsible for letting us know about it. Groups are encouraged to have at least half their total coaching time by mid-semester break. Makes sense. Course drop date. Okay, that's just an administrative policy. Other group responsibilities. You're expected to rehearse as a group at least twice a week, with each session lasting 1 hour, while also dedicating significant time to practicing on your own. Hey, that seems reasonable. When preparing for a coaching session, it's important that you can perform any new material fluently without interruptions. For material you've previously worked on, make sure to incorporate and build upon the coach's suggestions to showcase your musical growth. I like this. This is very professional. This instructor clearly knows what they're doing. Reserving a space, has done it a lot of times. I'm not seeing what I really like about this. I'm seeing almost no frustration from past semesters. There's no list of grievances yet. Reserving space for coaching rehearsals makes sense. Make sure everyone in the group is playing the same edition of the score, and your parts have measure or rehearsal numbers, as this will save a lot of time during rehearsals and coaching. That makes sense. This is not a grievance. This is actually probably a common error that happens to groups and how to correct that. I really like this. New coaching report, right? We got something new and it is bolded. So it's important. They're letting students know this is very important. For the new coaching report procedure, right before the mid-semester break, send an email to the appropriate. Okay, be sure to allow. Okay, let's just finally. All right, we have our very first all cap and bold. Any extended illness or extenuating circumstances that prevent groups from meeting must be brought to the attention of the appropriate coordinator immediately. I think that sentence is perfect. You don't need to say anything else outside of that. You got to let us know right away. Repertoire and ensemble choices. Okay. It is recommended that you engage with a diverse range of works spanning different periods and styles. Cool. Lesser known works, newer works, underrepresented backgrounds. Okay. This includes performing canonical pieces from the canon, exploring new and lesser known works, particularly from composers of underrepresented backgrounds, and familiarizing yourself with ensembles of various instrumentations. I like it. Hard to argue with that. Rescheduling attendance absence policies. This is what we came here for, folks. As you know, the window into your professor's soul, or at least their training. In the event that the group needs to reschedule, a 24-hour notice is required. Shorter notice periods may be accommodated at the coach's discretion. If the group reschedules 2 coaching sessions consecutively, it is at the coach's discretion whether to make up the missed session. Similarly, if a group member does not attend the coaching or arrives more than 10 minutes late, it is at the coach's discretion whether to make up the coaching. I actually think that seems like very reasonable professional expectations. This is obviously different than an exam makeup policy or a quiz makeup policy. This is a coaching makeup policy, and this seems very reasonable. Performance opportunities. Oh, very cool. Competitions. Key contacts, GAs. Okay, here we go. This is the commitment to inclusion. They also have a list of approved categories. University diversity. So these are, you can see Carnegie Mellon from the university. Well, let's see what they say. The Chamber Music Program. I'm sorry. So this is from the program at the Carnegie Mellon School of Music. Dynamically embraces diversity and inclusion as core values. We strive to conceive of diversity in the broadest terms possible, and so we'll give a list of approved categories. These statements, I promise you, can be great, and they're the best when you don't list approved categories. Including, but not limited to, is it just including gender identity and expression, sexuality, race, age, culture, and nationality? Yes, such coaches and students are encouraged to seek out and program music that's similarly wide-ranging so that we may work together to create more inclusive programming. I appreciate it. I like these statements. My only thing is that when you start listing things, they become less inclusive than you realize. University diversity statement. We must treat every individual with respect. Yes. We are diverse in many ways, yes, and this diverse is fundamental to building and maintaining an equitable and inclusive campus community. Got some good buzzwords there. Diversity can refer to multiple ways that we identify ourselves. Okay, this is from the university, so this is not the instructor. So the university has a longer list of approved categories, ways that we identify ourselves, including but not limited to. So what is the fucking point of listing including but not limited to in a sort of inclusion statement? You are elevating certain categories at the expense of other ones. And I am not suggesting that I do not agree with these categories. What I am suggesting is that these statements are not as inclusive as the university understands. All right, very nice. Not limited to race, color, national origin, language, sex, disability, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, creed, ancestry, belief, veteran status, or genetic information. Each of these diverse identities, along with many others not mentioned here. So, what is the point of listing them? Shape the perspectives of our students. We acknowledge our imperfections. Oh, Lord. Okay, very nice. Each of us is responsible for creating a safe. Unfortunately, incidences of bias or discrimination do occur, whether intentional or unintentional. Wow, this is a very long statement, and that's from the university. So, all right, chamber music syllabus. Carnegie Mellon. What can I say? Well, I think it's pretty clear. This is a syllaBLISS, but not because of its aesthetic. I have to say, I almost considered giving this a syllaBUST because it is one of the least aesthetically pleasing syllabi I've ever seen. On the flip side, it is a beautifully constructed professional syllabus. And once you read through all of it, you see that this is a very serious class, very straightforward. There's no goofball shit. And anybody taking this class is going to get some really good training. And because of that, it's almost like the instructor just said, like, this class is going to be good. You know, it's going to be good. So this syllabus, I'm going to put the least amount of effort into just making it readable aesthetically. And because of that, actually, there's going to be some students who are going to feel like this class is more confusing or more chaotic than it really is because it's very clean and designed very well. But what can you do? That's a pure aesthetic thing. And I would be a raging a-hole if I gave this a syllaBUST for that, because outside of that, it is a flippin' awesome class. Good job, Carnegie Mellon. Not surprised. syllaBLISS, chamber music. Hope you like that one, folks. I'll see you next time. Peace.